What's up, guys? Just want to do a quick video going over my new and improved inventory tracker on Google Sheets. I just made this, refined it from my last one, so hopefully it's a little bit better and cleaner. Basically, this is what it looks like when you have a lot of data into it, but it tracks all your card purchases, your sales, creating orders, and lets you visualize how much money you have in your inventory at grading, your profit breakdown, growth calculator, all that kind of stuff, all your expenses for your card business. So come tax time next year, everything should be good in one place, and you can keep reusing this template year after year. So when you do go and download this spreadsheet, it's actually on my Patreon, so the link will be in the description if you want to download it. Also, if you're on Patreon right now watching this tutorial, it'll be my most recent pinned post. But you don't actually download the spreadsheet, you just make a copy of it. So it'll prompt you to make a copy for your Google Sheets. You just click OK, and then it'll bring you to this sheet. Just going over, what's included, how to use, a quick disclaimer that the spreadsheets, for personal use, and I'm not a CPA or a tax professional. Anyway, first you want to go over to your purchases and sales, and this is where you're going to log all of your transactions. So I already have a sample purchase in here already. It has card, so you want to enter in all your card details, your year, your set, rookie card, your parallel, whether it's numbered, whatever. However you want to do that. And that's the good thing about these spreadsheets, is that you can kind of customize them to your liking and how your brain works. So I just put in that. Player and character, you should probably separate that from the card, just because it's easier to filter out. So if you want to filter all your Shohei Ohtanis, you just click this little filter button and then check the Shohei Ohtani. If you had a Tom Brady here, and you wanted to filter out all of your Tom Brady's, you would just unclick that, and then Tom Brady, that card will just show up right there. So we'll go back and select all three of these, and that goes for all of these different categories. You can filter by your grading order, you can filter by your sale platform, and we'll go over that when I go back to my spreadsheet that I have my data in right now. It'll be easier to see once I have more data in there. So when you enter in a card, you want to do your category. So I have all these preset. You can always change it by using this edit button. You just click the little pencil, and then you can change the title, the color. You can add more, you can delete some. If you don't buy any one piece card, you can delete that. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So using the drop down, you just click your baseball, and then platform purchase, same thing. I have these preset, but you can adjust those as needed. And then you want to do your date purchased, purchase price, shipping paid, tax paid, and that will add up to the total cost of cards. So if I had $200 here, it would be $215. If I had $10 here, it'll be $220, and so on and so forth. But we'll go back and enter in 100 and then 5. Same thing for the sale date and sale details. Pretty self-explanatory. The net proceeds will automatically populate when you have that data in there. For your grading order, when you do have a new grading order, you want to go over here, and I already have these preset right now. I think actually in my when you copy, it's just PSA order 1, but regardless, you'll have some preset, and then you can always go over here and then delete some. So say you don't grab BGS, you can delete that one. You want to do PSA order 3, you can put that and change the color to pink. And then click done, apply to all, and then apply to all in that T column right there. So you want to put that there. You have your grading status. So if you want to sort by all cards at grader, you can just uncheck everything else and then click at grader, and then it'll only show you the cards that you have at grading. So if you wanted to see how much is my total cost of cards at grading, you can just click that I column and then right down here in that sum. So let's just do purchase price 100. Right there in the sum, it'll be right down there. So you can kind of see that, and that'll reflect also in the dashboard as well, as you can see there, but we'll get to that here in a second. We'll go back over here and we'll select all three. So that's how you enter in the grading order. Then grade, once you receive the grade, you can just do returned. You can have grade 9, the grading fee, say $25. And here in the status column, you can do sold or inventory. So I have it set that the status will only, I have it set the profit will only calculate once you have the status is sold. So say you have a sale for this card for $300, the profit won't calculate right just yet. So you have to click the sold button and then it'll say profit 175. Say you lost money in the card, say you sold it for $50, it will then turn red. So I have conditional formatting in there so it reflects if you lost money or made money on the card, so you can better see visualize how you're doing. This notes column is actually pretty cool too. You can kind of customize this how you want. It's kind of your own custom filter. So let's say you bought a bunch of cards in a bulk deal with a vendor at a card show. You can just do like bulk deal 1. And then, if you want to sort by all those cards, you can select the bulk deal 1 and then visualize your profit for all those cards in that bulk deal. So same thing goes with trades, or if you want to enter in like a certain card show that you were at, like say like the National or a CSA show, you can kind of visualize all your cards there. So it kind of acts as like a extra filter, or also as a just a notes if you want to like writing grading notes, like this card to scratch on it, I think it's gonna get a 9, anything like that. So it's kind of customized in that regard. I did also add a hidden column right here. You can unhide it. It's column Q, which is tax remitted. So if you do have a sales tax license and you remit sales tax when you sell a card, you can always add that here. I don't have it calculated with the profit right now, just because I feel like most people won't really use it. But if you did, you can easily add it to the net proceeds formula as you see fit. But I just kind of thought that might be useful for some people that do remit sales tax on their cards, but we can go ahead and hide that right now. So that's pretty much it for that. We'll go over here to personal collection and long-term holds. So personally, I don't like to include all my personal collection, my PC cards in my card business data, just because they're, for my own collection. And a lot of times I might have bought them with a different debit card, or just want it separate. So, but I think it's still important to keep track of those purchases. So I do have this in the same format as the other thing, just without the sale details. So if you did want to copy and paste over, if you did sell a card later on that was in your PC, you can always copy and paste it over, or cut and paste. Other than that, again, pretty self-explanatory. Same things. You can always filter by your category, your total cost of card, grading status, all that kind of stuff. But if you do want to add a filter, you just click that little filter button right there, and then you can filter it as needed. So then I do have an expenses sheet as well, which you can sort by category. So these are the preset categories I have right now: supply, subscription, shipping, advertising, marketing, travel, card shows, other. Again, if you want to edit that, add more categories, take away categories, feel free to do so. And then description, purchase price, that'll all add up to your total quantity, and then price per unit. So see, I bought 100 business cards for $34.99, and it came out to about 35 cents price per unit. So if you have top loaders or bubble mailers, that can be pretty helpful as well. Dashboard here, you have a growth calculator, which will make more sense as you have more months. Right now we're only in March, and there's not really growth in February or in January because it's the first month of the year. As you get down to these deeper months, you can really see your growth. Here's the formula for it. It's just the previous month minus the current month minus previous month divided by the previous month, and then you have total growth, which you do the current month that you have minus the first month, which would be February, divided by February, because you can't divide by 0. And that will just show you like your entire growth throughout the year so far. I did add 1 for all of these right now, just because it looks kind of ugly. Again, you can't divide by 0, so if you deleted these, it'll have that right there. So I did add 1, but you won't really pay attention to anything below the current month you're in. And then you just enter in all of the values based on the last day of the month, based on what's over here in your other metrics. So let's go ahead and jump over to my spreadsheet to see a little more data so it makes more sense. So over here, my dashboard, you can see I have little under $4,000 of cards at grading. I have 82 cards at grading, 97 total cards in my inventory, including those ones at grading. You can see all my total purchase price for all the cards that I bought in this year, a little over $7,000, almost $8,000 actually. Total shipping paid, total tax paid, total sales, all that kind of stuff, my total profit, and that includes like my other expenses, which, you know, right now I have logged as FedEx shipping label. You also see your total profit on raw cards, your total profit on sold graded cards. So as you can see, I'm doing a lot better on graded cards so far. And that's what I mainly focus on. I don't mind taking a loss on cards I'm not grading if mainly I'm buying them all to grade. Because normally if you do get a 10 on them, they well outweigh the losses you have on the cards you didn't wind up grading. Total inventory cost, total cards purchased, total cards sold, your gem rate, your PC/long-term inventory cost, and that's not included in your profit or anything like that. That's just like its own separate thing, like I mentioned, but if you did want to include that in your profit, you're more than welcome to. And then also here's like my current inventory value and stuff, and this is just like a hypothetical. I just added up my current inventory for right now, but that's kind of what it looks like. If you did want to go back and filter some of the stuff, you can go over here. So if you want to say, what are all my cards in grading order, Pokemon value bulk 1? So these are all the cards I have right now. If you wanted to look at like the total cost of these cards, it is $1,119.17. So that's pretty cool. You can filter by grading order. If you did want to, you know, filter by all Pokemon cards, let's say, you just do clear, scroll down here to Pokemon, and then all your Pokemon cards will show up. And then if you want to see, oh, how much profit did I make on just Pokemon cards, you just select column Z here, and then it says $821.67. So that's kind of how you filter out data, and how, you know, you can always, you know, use that data and put that on your dashboard too if you want to customize it a little bit further. But that's kind of what I have preset right now. So other than that, that's pretty much it. If you did have any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out. Like I said before, I'm happy to help with formulas or anything. If anything looks a little bit fishy, let me know as well. I think it looks really good right now, but definitely could have made a mistake here and there. So please feel free to reach out on that. And if you have any other problems, let me know. I really appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this helps you guys visualize your data better, make more money so you don't lose sales, or also come tax time, it's a lot easier and smoother to report for taxes. So other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.